Alright everybody, welcome back for another video. Today's going to be more of a mixed news kind of day again. Obviously everyone's just talking about the election and stuff, so I didn't really see a point to try and create news out of nothing or create a video out of nothing. So I just wanted to revisit some of the things that I missed over the past few weeks that I haven't talked about on my channel. So first and foremost, for those of you that are in the more traditional finance space and are loving to trade these crypto-related stocks, got some more bullish news again for Marathon Patent and RIOT. Marathon and RIOT battle for the title of America's biggest Bitcoin miner. A recent purchase of 10,000 Antminer S19s has placed Marathon Patent Group on track to become North America's largest Bitcoin mining firm by Q3 2021. The publicly traded firm announced the purchase on October 26th, so just last week. I didn't cover this, so I wanted to get into it. But they revealed plans to command an operational hash rate of 2.56 exahashes per second in July of 2021. That would be equal to about 1.9% of the current hashing power of the entire Bitcoin network. Until Marathon Patent's announcement, RIOT blockchain was aiming to emerge as the region's top miner with a 2.3 exahash rate target for June 2021 after purchasing almost 19,000 S19 miners. So wanted to talk about this because it is very true at this point. Marathon Patent and RIOT blockchain are neck and neck. Combined, they're going to have close to 4% of the entire Bitcoin hash rate next year. Right, so both of these companies are massive. They are the only two traded on the NASDAQ, at least to my understanding, and they are by far the largest mining firms that are publicly traded as well. So I mean, like I said before, I don't own any Bitcoin personally, but I do own a lot of RIOT. Because of this, I'm thinking about adding some Marathon as well. RIOT was just kind of the first mover for me, but Marathon has been really coming up as of late. So I've been thinking about getting some of those as well because I can see that Marathon and RIOT are competing, basically. It looks like they're both trying to be the biggest over here. And I wouldn't be surprised if on the back end of this announcement, you see RIOT make yet another purchase as well, because they both have been going back and forth, left and right on, who has more equipment on the way. So, yeah, there you have it. Just something really short. Marathon Patent and RIOT are neck and neck, and I expect that to continue. Both of these companies have massive upside potential next year, and that's about all I got there. So, also wanted to cover this tweet from MoneyClip84. Go ahead and follow him on Twitter as well. He actually talks about a lot of traditional investments, stocks, and so on. But he will jump into crypto. But yeah, he provides some valuable information from time to time. So go ahead and give him a follow at MoneyClip84. But this is so important to me. All right. During the last U.S. election, the price of Bitcoin was $714. 4 years later, and the price of Bitcoin is $13,700. No matter who wins, vote with your dollars, right? Short your dollars, basically. Get them out of that. They're going to print them into oblivion with the helicopter money. I don't care who gets elected. I'm very confident that there's another stimulus coming. And, with Trump, it might be a little smaller, and Biden, it'll be a little bigger. But the stimulus is still coming. They've just been dragging their feet heading into this election, obviously showing that the people don't really matter, and they never have mattered. The only thing that matters is, holding their positions in office or getting a new position. The people have been needing money, right? The last stimulus, I think, was in May. So, yeah, it was $1,200. So people been waiting, but they're not going to get it because it's all about the show. But anyway, I talked about this in my last video. Sorry to get off on a tangent there, but that's obviously some mixed feelings for me about politics in general. But anyway, I talked about this in my last video. Just stay patient, run the course. Bitcoin was $714 during the last election. Now look at the price, all right? And it's at 13,000 now after running all the way up to 20, down to 3, found a floor, back down to 3, found another floor, and we're on the way up again. I think it's pretty obvious we're in a bull market, and next year is going to get crazy with crypto. All right, and as I said before, first Bitcoin took off, and then once it made that all-time high, that's when the alts really started to fly, which makes total sense. Okay, that's when people's attention start to come to the market. They start looking for the smaller ones. Well, what can I buy that's less in value, that has more upside, or the next Bitcoin, right? That's everyone's idea. But anyway, you get it. So moving on to the next one, kind of in relation to this election still, but also crypto. How to track official election results on Ethereum and EOS. For the first time ever, the official U.S. presidential election results will be posted on the Ethereum and EOS blockchains by the Associated Press. Beyond just posting the results, the AP is using the blockchains behind the scenes in its own API, meaning anyone tapping into the official AP results can verify the accuracy using the blockchain. As Facebook, Twitter, and others have taken advanced steps to fight off false claims about results earlier in the day that might influence voters, using the unalterable blockchain to timestamp the results could pave the way for how future elections are handled. I just wanted to talk about this briefly because I've said before, there's no doubt in my mind, we are moving to a blockchain-based voting system. It will happen. It's one of the most obvious use cases for blockchain in general, and it's on the way. So probably not going to matter this time around. We could see some back and forth, some recounting. Oh, we missed the mail-in votes, this and that, some more political theater. And then the problem will be that we don't know who actually won. The reaction, everyone's mad because they think somebody else won that wasn't supposed to. And then the solution next time around will be blockchain-based voting. Could see some kind of sequence like that. Maybe not. All right. Another thing I wanted to talk about is this Yearn, because it is getting blasted, and I like to see it. I don't care because I hate whenever these hypey projects come out and everyone just blah blah blah. All they want to talk about on Twitter, they mislead people into buying this thing that was literally up. I mean, watch. Let's go down to 0 here, because Yearn launched at 0. It didn't launch at 3. No, it was a $0 token. I'm going to show you that next. But it launched at 0, and it ran all the way up to like $50-something thousand, and a what is that? Hold on, there's a lot of zeros in here. That is a 5 million. No. 5 billion% return in like 2 months, I think it was. And this is what I'm telling people. I was like, well, be careful with that Yearn. It seems like it's kind of just in beta. It just came out, nothing to be crazy hype over. The founder said that it has no value himself. So, but yeah, no, people just like the hype. They like to buy whatever goes up. So this is what I'm saying. There are projects and companies to buy out there that have actual value. Marathon and Riot being some of them. XRP being completely tied in with all the governments and institutions around the world. Same can be said with Stellar. Ethereum is being built on by any and every big enterprise in existence. Chainlink's being integrated with a lot of these projects. Almost all of them at this point are using Chainlink oracles in some way or another. Okay, so it's kind of easy to pick the winners, right? Who's actually using it? All Yearn was for was a platform to swap chat coins back and forth, and in hopes of gaining ridiculous amounts of annual returns because of arbitrage and so on. Okay, that's not valuable. That's something that will never have value. You're not going to have 1,000% annual returns consistently. Okay, so that's pretty easy to see when there's something scammy out there. But anyway, just wanted to reiterate. So, back around that time, Yearn Finance, The founders said they wanted to give up this control of the token. They released the tokens out into existence, mostly because we are lazy and don't want to do it. We released Wi-Fi, a completely valueless zero supply token. We reiterate, it has zero financial value. There is no pre-mine, there's no sale. No, you cannot buy it. It won't be on Uniswap. There won't be an auction. Okay, so it ended up being for sale. You ended up being able to buy it and so on. But founder themselves were trying to tell people that it's useless. All right. I don't know if that's just to protect themselves or what, but the thing ran up from $0 all the way up to $40,000, $50,000, something like that. Okay. Another hype DeFi token right now, Uniswap, right? Everyone was talking about this one, just launched because they airdropped it. Well, the chart's getting punished, and same with Yearn, right? And this is going to continue to happen. Doesn't look good for either one of them. I'm sure you'll get a bounce in here somewhere, but myself personally, I would stay away from these projects until I see any kind of actual value or product that seems sustainable, or they're working with companies, institutions, partners, or something that might add value to their network. All right. So just wanted to touch on a few things just to remind people to stay away from these distractions, all right? It's a great way to lose money. I mean, you got all these influencers telling people to long Yearn at $45,000, and then guess what happens to them? You know, since the top, just in September, 2 months ago, not even a month and a half, down 78%. Does that sound like something that should have been longing? Probably not. All right, so just be careful. All right, stick with the projects that are actually doing something, that built products that have been around for a while, that have a blockchain that's actually existed for more than a month. These are all key things that matter. All right, and once again, just last week as well, Uniswap is talking about they're going to airdrop another 5 million uni, because why not, right? So because last time we airdropped, it hyped the price, so let's do it again. They had a governance vote fail recently as well. This was just October 20th. So Uniswap's first governance vote fails despite 98% support. Uniswap's first governance proposal has ended in defeat, with votes in favor falling a whisker short of the required threshold. First governance vote for decentralized exchange Uniswap has ended in failure, despite the proposal attracting overwhelming support of 98% of votes cast. It fell roughly 1% short of the 40 million threshold needed for approval. Okay, so them launching more, 5 million into circulation might have something to do with this. You know, I'm not positive, to be honest. But my point being here is that these are not investment tokens, right? They are experiments at best. It's people trying to learn how to balance, DeFi protocols. How many tokens do we need in circulation to get the proper amount of voting to push for new governance changes and so on? Okay, so they're still trying to figure out how this all works. And same thing with Yearn. You know, these DeFi tokens, they're getting wrecked right now, and that's because they were all up on hype only, and that's just what happens. So, yeah, just wanted to do a quick trip down memory lane there to remind people to be careful when it comes to this new DeFi stuff, all right? You know, I don't want to see people lose money. It's better to be patient and invest in the projects that are actually building something that is a solution, right? Invest in solutions to real world issues. That's my opinion there and my take. All right. That about wraps it up. Once again, as always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.
What is a cashless society? What does it actually mean in a literal or high-level sense?
Money will become like these, relics of a different age, and will only be found in places like this. In other words, hard cash will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these.
Then Tracy is in Beijing to show us what a nearly cashless society actually looks like. Ben, good morning.
Mobile payment transactions in China reached a cumulative total of 277.4 trillion RMB in 2018, ranking number 1 in the world, according to the recently released statistical report on internet development in China. As of June 2019, online payment users in the country reached 633 million. The Cashless Society is now approaching.
When's the last time you paid with cash? Well, chances are cash has taken a backseat to the plastic in your wallet and smartphone pay apps.
Denver 7's Ryan Luby explains the digital pay revolution and why not everyone is on board.
The Cashless Society. The Cashless Society.
The Cashless Society.
The Cashless Society is now approaching.
The Cashless Society.